Hey, Guoba here. Hoyolab just revealed a bunch of new info on Topaz, including her awesome signature icon. So we're going to be discussing her kit a bit to construct a pre-release guide for you guys pre-farming. I'll talk about how she may work or how you might want to play her, as well as possible relics, icons, teammates, and teams. I'll also discuss if her signature is a must pull and compare her value to Jingliu. Let me know if you're pulling for her or maybe her icon, and I hope to see you on her full guide this Friday, with her best build fully calculated, gameplay, and game mechanics explained. So let's quickly review her official kit. It won't have specific numbers yet, so we'll just discuss how it sounds and what we can do with it, and I'll calculate her damage when we get the multipliers on release. Her basics look neat, but don't seem to do anything. However, with her first trace that was revealed, her basic will actually count as a follow-up. Very cool for her playstyle, as we will see. And I can't wait to see her basics do hundreds of thousands of damage with the elation path. Her skill inflicts a target with her debuff, Proof of Debt, which is a vulnerability debuff specifically for follow-up attacks. It will be applied automatically to an enemy if an ally takes turn or action and there is no Proof of Debt on an enemy at the time, meaning she doesn't even need to use her skill or take action for Numby to find a new target. Very nice. It will also launch Numby to do damage to the enemy with the same animation as a follow-up, and it will count as a follow-up too, so it seems this skill replicates her talent as well as applying her debuff. Her talent is how Numby functions and is like Lightning Lord a bit. He has a base speed and his own turn in the action order, and Numby will focus the unit with Proof of Debt, so you use the skill to redirect Numby to who you want to hit. He'll do damage, and unlike Lightning Lord who gets speed increases from Jingliu's abilities, Numby will get action advancements from allies that hit the Proof of Debt with follow-ups, which is much nicer since he will just take the turn instead of ramping up. And Numby will still take action even if Topaz is CC'd, as there's no indication of him not doing so, unlike Jingliu's talent. Poor Jingliu. Her ult makes Numby even stronger for a set number of attacks, as well as making Numby advance forward from any attack on Proof of Debt units. Since her basic and skills should count as basics and skills as well as follow-ups, this might mean double the advance forward from Topaz. This also means you can ult and skill on any unit, and Numby will get 2 bonuses in one ally move, which is very nice, allowing out of turn Numby turn manipulation. Her technique is super cute and is a very overworld specific technique, but it looks fun. It will also benefit her in combat as a small bonus, giving her self energy early on. Her first trace was the basic attack being a follow-up, which I think will be so fun for the elation path, combined with maybe propagation. You'll be hitting 100k plus basic attacks with a tiny laser pistol. Her second increases fire damage % by a set percentage when attacking fire weak enemies, meaning a little bonus if we do follow the rules and attack the right enemy type. Finally, when Numby attacks in his ultimate enhanced state, we will get additional energy, which is always nice since the game is built around energy pretty much. We'll get official eidolons and multipliers on her release, and I'll talk about how strong they are for the main guide, as well as how much damage she can do, so stay tuned. Now let's check out her icon, which I've had far too many comments way too interested in the art. It has decent base stack, not the highest but a 5-star level base stack. Its effects look niche, but of course will complement Topaz immensely. Yanqing is another hunt with follow-ups in his kit, but it's not a major part of his damage and they're RNG. So we first get an 18% crit rate buff, which is immense, and a straight 30% damage buff for any follow-ups, which is her whole kit. Finally, when the wearer hits an enemy with a follow-up, so Topaz's attacks or even Numby's, the enemy will receive a stack up to 2 of Tame, which will increase crit damage received by 12% for each stack, so 24% at 2 stacks. This means any crit from allies on the target she focuses will have increased crit damage for that attack on the enemy. So this cone will not only buff Topaz's damage by a ton, but also give her a slightly harmony supportive role, which is very cool to see. It should be a decent pickup, but let's see what else she could use. In the Night, for once, won't be OP since it's not at all based on follow-up damage, and since Topaz's ultimate isn't an attack, but rather a damage increase to her talent from what it looks like. It should still be a fine stat stick, but best on your Zealer. Swordplay will likely be a nice option. It will sheet very well as usual if you don't assume a target swap, but in practice should be fine too. It looks like Numby has many hits, and each hit will be stacking up swordplay damage %. This will also be nice with a skill into follow-up combo from the livestream, meaning lots of high damage % bonuses. When an enemy dies and Numby redirects, you'll have to stack it up again though. Sleep Like the Dead is basic and skill focused, so unless you're skill spamming it won't come into play much. Cruising of course should be good on any hunt, good stat stick with some nice benefits on kills and low HP. For relics, Firesmith 4-piece is terrible, so we'll likely go for a 2-piece combo or 4-piece mask on a supportive basic spammer Topaz. One day we might get a follow-up 4-piece that I've been asking for since Jingliu came out. For plain ornaments, of course Inert South Auto, the follow-up set itself, the spacing station will be fine as usual. Main stats will be the classic crit, speed or attack percent, fire damage percent, and attack percent. We will see if Energy Rope does anything for her in the main guide, since her energy cost has not yet been revealed by Hoyo. For gameplay, I think she will opt for a basic spam playstyle to benefit follow-up units and give them high damage buffs, as well as her own high damage, since Numby will act even if she doesn't use her skill. She will thus be acting as a mini Harmony or Nihility, and a sub DPS that should prove to be high damage overall for most follow-up units, like how Blade can be used in Jingliu's team, but better and for different units. She can also use skill to redirect Numby, and an SP neutral playstyle will hopefully work too for more Topaz damage and energy. She should benefit AoE follow-ups the best and give them the single target damage they might be lacking. AoE follow-ups are Herta, Himiko, Clara kind of, Blade, and Jingliu. I don't know if Topaz will have a spot in Blade teams, and Jingliu teams may want the Tingyun Asta combo instead, but she should still work excellently regardless, and a cracked out Jingliu may indeed prefer Topaz in the team. Herta, Himiko, and Clara have frequent follow-ups too, so Numby will be advancing forward a lot. One problem some comments pointed out is Numby breaking an enemy and causing a Himiko follow-up may indeed take place at the same time in the action order, making it so Numby won't advance forward on the next turn, since follow-ups don't count as proper turns. This may be the same if Numby makes a unit drop under half HP and Herta follows up. If true, this would be a bit sad, but this is untested and I'll make sure to find out for the main guide. It still shouldn't hurt manual play, but for auto might a bit. Single target follow-ups are a bit annoying since they'll have to focus the proof of death enemy for Numby to benefit from it. Kafka can choose where to go, but Kafka and Topaz would only be in a hypercarry type team, not a dot Kafka team. There's also E4 Bronya, but we don't talk about that. I think March 7th, provided she's E6 and very well invested as a solo sustain, could be very fun for Topaz teams. Combined with Clara, you have the potential to advance forwards if the proof of death enemy hits your shielded Clara, or any unit with Clara's ult up. Topaz is kind of like the follow-up version of Kafka, being a strong DPS whilst also benefiting a whole niche. Just like Kafka won't hit Jingliu levels of damage, Topaz shouldn't and hopefully won't hit Zila levels of damage either, or the game's damage creep will end up getting a bit scary. Instead, she should have very nice damage on top of also benefiting any follow-up unit in the game, giving them more damage and boosting her own with Numby action advances. She might also end up being the reverse Kafka and is instead waiting for a Kafka type follow-up main DPS to buff and help her out, rather than Kafka who is waiting for dot sub DPS. This is because Kafka's utility is all in her skill and ult, whereas Topaz can do it just fine with no skill points. Just like any future dot, including Gwynaife and Soon, will benefit Kafka and benefit from Kafka, the more follow-up units that come, the more Topaz will scale. I think she's a safer investment than Kafka was too, since we have way more follow-ups currently than we have dots. I can't wait to see what they do for releases now on though, because any new dot or follow-up unit will reignite these two units and add more theory crafting. These type of units also help older units too, so I'm glad for that. So why would you go for Jingliu over Topaz and vice versa? Jingliu is a hypercarry, a unit that wants two supports to boost her damage even further to the limit. She takes up the main spotlight in her team and wants all the resources. She can technically use Blade, but she uses Blade as an extra damage amp from her HP cuts. If you pull Jingliu or want to pull her, you are probably lacking a mid DPS, you might want to replace a weaker ult DPS, or you like her design, or you build Pity for a 4-star. Topaz probably and hopefully won't reach hypercarry levels the likes of Zila, since she also provides buffs and benefits a hypercarry shouldn't have. SP positivity without compromising her main role, vulnerability debuffs, team-wide crit damage amp on her light cone, we don't even know what her Eidolons can do. Topaz should still be a strong DPS and just like Kafka, can run hypercarry teams, something like Asta and Tingyun. She should be able to do that just fine, but her real power is in her team potential I believe, benefiting probably any follow-up team in some way or another. If you're pulling for Topaz, you probably have your hypercarries pulled already, and you either want a brand new DPS playstyle, or you love follow-ups and want to buff follow-up teams, or you like a design, you like Numby, or you're pulling Gwynaife and don't mind a Topaz. They are two different types of DPS and both can be used as main DPS, but if you want a crazy DPS in both meanings of the term, Jingliu should end up being more valuable for your account. If you want a main DPS, sub DPS type deal that will scale with any future follow-up unit, and you've already got plenty of hypercarries, then Topaz will be an awesome pull. Let me know who you end up pulling and I'll see you on Friday. Thanks to all my amazing members, thanks for watching and have a Guoba day.